guys hear me? Got a little background noise here, but it's the best I can do right now. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. All right, I got the chat here. I can listen to you. I can take questions or comments on both Telegram and the YouTube chat as well. So let's go over here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Still trading in this channel we've been in for a while. Got the low down at 3100, and we looks like we're making an ascending triangle. Been working on it for a while. We got the EMAs supporting here on the daily. Um, we can very possibly test the EMAs, and even if anything's possible, we can drop down and test this trend line. If we do, I don't think we'll cross this trend line. This is 3450 area. I don't think we would cross it. I think there's gonna be a rejection here at what is it, 4200? Maybe a smaller dip possible. So these are the kind of things we're looking at. Also, these EMAs, I feel they're gonna, they're pushing up towards 4600. Now, the longer we go sideways, the lower this 200 is gonna come. So the longer we take, the lower that's gonna be. It could be 4500 by the time we get there. Before we get there, we can most definitely test the lower EMAs and test that trend line. It's just a matter, again, like I've been telling you guys, we got to think of possibilities. We got to think about what's possible and think about what's most probable or what most likely to happen. You don't go all in, use small positions, and you work on growing your accounts over time. So that's that there. Let's take a look at I put a couple calls earlier today. Let's see what I was looking at. So usually I have my when I'm looking at something, I usually look at the four time frames. So I look at the four time frames where there's different supports and resistances. So I look at the 15, the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly. So let's take a look at the daily. Look at the larger time frames. Let me take a look at Telegram over here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so yeah, MCO was the last one. Let's see. Get this out of the way here. All right, so what did I see on the 4 hour here? On the 4 hour, so it's possible that we go up from here. 4 hour. I know that there was good volume. Uh, RSI was kind of low. We got the 81 EMA under it. I was holding off above the 55. So our PEC meter over here is down low. Maybe it's ready to give a buy signal. It's just maybe it's a good risk to reward. I know that if I remember correctly, Yeah, it's 4, so you're risking 1.6% to gain 7. It's possible to break now. Um, it tried to break and then it came back down. The EMAs are, they're crossing. We're about to get. You figure the 100 would be down here, so we're about to get a 100 crossing over the 200. If we continue to go sideways a little bit or cross any day, that's gonna cause it to pump, possibly. Then on the 4 hour, um, so we've been fighting this resistance here, but again, it's possible that we hold right here, this 81, and move up on the 1 hour. So on the 4 hour, we're already on the uptrend. On the 1 hour, we're just above the 200. So technically, we're still on an uptrend. On the daily, we're already also on an uptrend. On the 15-minute, we're fighting with the uptrend right now. So that's the thing. If we can stay above this 200 on the 15, like it seems like we broke this level right here, and then we're fighting here with the 200 on the 15. It's possible to come back down here and then keep moving up. We had a nice volume spike right here, so it's possible that could happen. If we break this level here, then I wouldn't gamble on holding anything of this because there's a. Let me zoom out here because we got a bottom trend line that's it's about 8% away from the current 9% away from the current price. That's not a risk I'm willing to take. So it's only if it holds this current level that I would be interested in that I'm interested in it. So I actually took this trade. Uh, let's see what else we gave. Do I see us breaking 4100 soon? Could be. I think so. I mean, as long as we stay above these EMAs, I mean that's 3450, 3850, 3825 around there. We can stay above that. We can stay above 3900. That'd be beautiful. That's just gonna keep pushing us up to that 200 up there at 46, 45 maybe, 45.50. Uh, Let me look at what other signals I gave. Let's see, BTS. So there we got kind of like same kind of structure. Hold on, wait, this thing's lagging here. Give me a second, guys. Let me shut some of this stuff off. Hopefully that's a little better. All right. Let me scoop this over a bit. So this is kind of like the same thing I was just explaining to you. See, we pumped, came back, held the EMAs, pumped again, positive little resistance here, held the EMAs again. So I think we had a little volume. Yeah, so we had a little volume in the last 4 hours. All right, now we came back, we filled up those orders. So on the 1 hour, we just got up to an uptrend. On the 15-minute, we're already getting crosses. On the 4 hour, we're already on an uptrend. We actually just bounced before we got into the trade. We bounced off the 200. And then on the daily, it looks like we're coming up to R2. And the beautiful thing about the bot is that we can aim a little higher because no matter what, our stops are going to keep moving up with us. If you guys have it set to moving target or to moving target, that that's gonna keep moving up. So you don't really have to manage it. It's pretty fascinating what this bot does. The amount of the you can get into many more trades. So I actually like doing that. I feel it minimizes, it kind of spreads you out, minimizes you. You can close all your positions with one click of one button. So it's not really like, oh, Bitcoin's dumping. I'm not gonna have time to close my 100 positions or whatever. So and then if you try to scalp them on the lower time frames, if you're looking at 5, 15, 1 hour, man, you're good. Just keep we're just keep in mind always that risk to reward. And sorry, give me a second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Uh, yeah, so that's what I got in. That's why I thought that was a pretty good trade possible. Once it crosses up here, it's going to be another trade. So let's see what else we gave. GTO. All right, let's take a look at GTO. That looks nice. That's the 4-hour chart right there. Let's move this over. I need a little more room here. So on the 4-hour, possible that we got the we got a support right here at 831. Then we got the 200 at 833. See that right here? And then we got another support down at 831. So it's possible to test this area and keep going up. Let's look at the daily first. Same kind of thing. We're kind of in between the EMAs, and I like also when we have. See, we got a support right here, a support right here. That was a previous resistance. Now it's becoming support. So then, and then we also got some strong EMAs under there. We got a 40, a 55, and an 81, and the 100 as well. So I feel that those are going to hold this price even if we dump a little with Bitcoin. I think that's going to, maybe dump it to here. And then this is the daily chart. And possible to, come test this area. So we're just playing this little area right here. So we check on the 4-hour, right? And then on the 1 hour, still fighting with a downtrend right here. And then still on the 15, you see that we are. It's kind of like a micro example of what's happening in the daily time frame. You can see we got the 200 EMA. We tested it, came back down. In this case, we didn't hold the EMAs on the lower time frame. Where you see when we caught the EMAs again, we tested again, and now we're holding. So possible to move right back up from here, or possible to test this, right, and get a double bottom and then move up. So that's kind of what I was looking there. Let me zoom out. When we break the 200, well, then when we break the 200, we could break above it, and then the market knows that everybody's gonna be excited. Oh, we broke the 200. We could dump from there. That would be possibly. You got to remember when everybody sees golden crosses. Oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna pump. It's gonna do really good. The market knows that, so that's what you got to be careful of. So yeah, more than likely when it breaks, it's gonna go for a ride. It'll touch 5 grand. Who knows? And then it'll come back and test the EMAs. And who knows? It depends how fast it goes down, how much fear, how much panic there um, is what determines what levels hold, in my opinion. So, what else? Let's see. Got GTO, Ardor. Boom, boom. Why did we get into Ardor? Let's see. What's the 4 hour? Let's take a look at the 4 hour. I like the 4 hour chart for Binance. Kind of like you can get into those trades, and some of you can you cannot worry about them now with how the bot's working. All right, so I know we had a little bit of volume. We had a volume spike. We had a little volume. Not looking too hot, right? This was actually a scalp trade, right? So I did this on the 15-minute time frame. Um, Uptrend on the 4 hour, uptrend on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour already, we bounced off the 200, bounced off the EMAs. On the daily, let me open this up a little bit. So on the daily, you got to keep in mind it already pumped, right? Then it came back and it tested the 200, and it can most definitely keep pumping up. But sometimes these are fake outs, so I'm just playing just this little ride right here, which is still 10%. Um, yeah, there's not much on the weekly there. So this was basically a 4 hour, 1 hour reference, both on uptrends, and then you play the 15 minute. So what I'm the possibility that I gave the signal for was we got a little volume coming up. We tested DMAs, and then possible get up in here, maybe the first target, which would be still. I got this on. So the first target would still be 4%, which is I mean that's good in my opinion for a quick trade. So that's what I was looking at there. Uh, what else we got? We did GTO, we did Ardor. Pole was the same thing. So Pole got some volume, right? It was so this was kind of it could go both ways because you can get resistance here, it can drop back down to this support right here, right? So I believe I got all right. We bought 130, 130, 132 because it had broken up. Got above a couple EMAs. It's only got the 81 under. So if we can hold this area right here, stay above this area right here, and just come down and test here, there's a good chance that those EMA supports are gonna bring it up to this area around here. And that's the trade that I'm after. I believe it was 160. Right, yeah, so it's a 165, so I was aiming for 160. Just be a little conservative. That's what I was looking at that. Mm, guys got any other questions? I got lunch. I got some lunch coming up. So you guys let me know whatever you need. I'll come back and do another live stream anytime. Just let me know if you got any questions and what you would like me to talk about, and I got you covered. Other than that, we got an RSI video coming soon. Leverage and risk management. Cheers. You guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.